Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to talk about keep pushing. Keep pushing. And this channel is geared toward those who have lost loved ones to suicide and also those who may be feeling depressed or going through some things. Um, I do have a disclaimer, I'm not a psychiatrist or anything like that or a therapist, but I have dealt with the loss of a loved one to suicide, and I just share some of my experiences. And this channel is called Nessa Talk. So it's all about talking, even though no one, well, somebody did talk or communicated with me. But if you have any thoughts, just you can comment, give me your comments and stuff. Um, doesn't matter what it is, but just give me your comments, or well, it does matter what it is. If it's on this topic, if it's on something else that I don't know, then I don't know how I can answer that. Um, but anyway, today I'm going to talk about pushing, keep pushing. And the reason why I'm talking about that tonight is because probably about a month ago, a month or two ago, I had kind of got sick, with asthma and just different things, um, and my body was just kind of getting really drained and really tired and stuff like that. And I was doing a lot of different things, but I lost that zeal. I kind of lost that zeal or that drive to do as much as I was doing before, and so I just kind of stopped. And so sometimes that may happen, especially with everything that's going on. And hopefully things will get back to normal, or things can get even, hopefully things can get better for you and for this world. But anyway, I want to just talk to you about sometimes you might have, this point in your life where you just feel like, I'm kind of, you're not stuck, but you just feel like you're at a standstill. And if you're like that, sometimes that happens, but that doesn't mean that, you're not moving any place. It just means that maybe you just need to be there for right now. Maybe you need to be to stop and just to think and to reanalyze and stuff like that. As long as it doesn't get to the point where you stay there, you become stuck. Um, Things come and go, and so in your life, I know with my life, God always allowed me to go through some things, and then I feel like sometimes I'm just right there, but then I always learn the lesson later on, like he kind of tells me what was going on or what I needed. Sometimes he does that, sometimes he doesn't. But anyway, if that is you and you feel like, today is just I'm just right there, like I just feel like I'm just kind of stuck, then I would advise you to keep pushing. Even when things don't seem like they're going right, even when things doesn't seem like, you're making any headway, or if it seems like, man, I've been doing this for a while, or I haven't been doing this long enough, or I need to do this more, and I just don't have that drive, and I just don't have that zeal. Well, just because things are the way they are doesn't mean that that's where you're going to be forever. And that's the beauty about life. It changes. Things changes all the time. And just because something is like that now doesn't mean like it will be like that later on. And so that's how I was feeling like a couple of months ago. I was just, I don't know, I was doing good because I went out of town and I was able to see my daughter, so I was happy about that. Um, but then when I came back, I was like, man, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And I just didn't, feel like doing anything. But I was having asthma, some asthma attacks. So that also kind of drained my body a little bit. But at the same time, when it was time for me to pick myself back up and to do things, it just felt like, you know, I couldn't, it's not that I couldn't get it together, but it just seemed like it wasn't coming fast enough, right? Things wasn't coming together fast enough. And so in life, that might happen to you. In life, that might happen. So what do you do? What do you do? Well, when that happens, you just kind of rethink. You be still, and if you know God, then you'll know that you know the Bible always tells us to, be still and see the salvation of the Lord. And sometimes you just have to be still and say, okay, God, where you want to take me, where I need to go. And so that happened with me. And I was like, okay, what's going on? Why you're not picking up your book again? Oh, and I did remind me, and I last year I told you guys about I was going to finish up my book. Well, that was a part of it. I did everything else, the three things I told you that I was going to do, finish up for the year. I did those things. However, one little bitty thing I did not do, and that was writing in that book. And I didn't finish my book. And I'm like, why am I not finishing up this book? What's going on? And so I had to kind of reevaluate some things and find out what's going on and why am I still like right here, like writer's block? What is going on? What's the deal? Um, and so sometimes you just need that break. Your mind needs to just take a rest. Sometimes it just needs to rest, especially if you're always doing things. So just rest. But then once you do that, and like I know with me, I go to God and I ask Him for direction. But then you have to make that move, even if it feels like it's not going to make a difference. Even if it feels like no one is going to come by or no one is going to give you the thumbs up or no one is going it doesn't matter, even if it feels like you're the only one going at your job or working at your job, or you're the only one doing all the work around your house, or you're whatever the case may be, or if you're trying to do something and it seems like, man, I've been looking for a job and I can't find one, and it just seems like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to put food on this table, I'm trying to make everything right, and it just doesn't seem like it's working out. But then when you look around, it seems like everybody else, well, I don't know if people think that because everyone has to deal with COVID, so everyone is going through something, right? So, but if there is someone out there who is if you're out there and you're the one and you're thinking like everybody's life is perfect, no, it's not. It's not. Everybody's life is not perfect. Some people may have a good life and some people may have an okay life and some people may not have such a good life, but things change too. And so you're not the only one who may, if you feel like, man, I just kind of feel like I'm just at a standstill, you're not the only one. Um, my advice would be just to, start something, like do something, make that move, make that step. And even if it's a small step, just make that step because you never know what it will do. And that's what happened to me because I made a step and today it turned out so great. It's just so great. And I thank God for it. I thank God for it. You ask me, okay, what is that step? Well, I've started my business. I started my business and now I have officially have a client that I'm designing for. I design rooms and I do interior the spaces. And so that turned out really, really well. And I was so afraid and so scared, but the Lord blessed. And so now I'm working on that. But before, if I would have looked at this some months ago, I've been like, nah, this can happen. No way, because you always think that it can happen for somebody else, but never for you. You know how that is. You always feel like it can happen to somebody else, but never for you. So now I want to address this to those who are watching and who may be feeling down or depressed or who may be thinking about suicide. Hopefully you're getting the help that you need. Call somebody, call a hotline. Trust me, it helps to talk to people. Or maybe you are that parent who is dealing with a loved one who died, your child, or maybe it's your uncle, or maybe it was your husband, or maybe your mother or your brother, your siblings. And you feel like, I want to move on, but I don't want to move on without them. And I just feel like, I can't move on. Or maybe you're feeling like, you know, I just feel stuck. I don't know what to do. My advice would be definitely to talk to someone because it helps when you talk to people. It helps when you get that out. It helps when, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm up here for this long. So I need to get off this. But it helps when you talk to someone. But if you're feeling like you are, stuck and you're by yourself and you don't know what to do, I would suggest that you make that step. You just make that step. And that step can be calling somebody up. That step can be just making that movement, even if you're afraid to do it, even if you're scared to make that move, and you feel like, you know what, I've been doing this and I don't see any results. And that's the thing. We can look at YouTubers, or we can look at Instagram or Facebook or whatever, social media or the news, and we can look at this world and say, hey, this one is prospering and this one's prospering, and I'm not. Things not always as they seem. And just because it may seem like that doesn't mean it is. And so that's why you have to continue. You have to continue to trust in trust in the God, if you're serving God, trust in the God that you serve, and also trust in what is in you. Trust and know that things will get better. Trust and know that, you know what, it may not seem like that. It may not, you might be the only one in the room or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Or you may not be the one that nobody noticed. You might be the one people overlook. It's okay, because your time will come. Your time will come. And when the time comes, you'll see the difference, but you got to hang in there. You got to hold on, okay? So that's the thing. You got to hold on. You got to hang in there, even when things don't seem like is going right with me, with my health. It wasn't going right just last week, 2 weeks ago. But you know what? I didn't give up. And I'm like, you know what? I still got to do this, and I got to do that. And I got to get, some things done. And so I just want to come on and just encourage you once again to tell you that, don't give up. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. It may be a slow push. As long as you're pushing, it doesn't matter. Just keep striving. Just keep going, as they say, in going. But just keep, making strides, and you'll see the difference. And you'll see that things going to get better. They will. You just got to be there for it to get better, right? You won't know the difference. You won't know if it's better if you're not here. So that's why it's important for you to be here. So if you're thinking about suicide, hopefully you're not. You have to be here. It's important that you're here. You need to leave a mark on this world. And there's other people who need to see you. They need to hear about your story. We all have a story. All of us can tell a story. All of us have a story to tell. And some people need to hear your story. So you be encouraged. You be strengthened today. And I will, by the way, I will get that video out with my hair. I said I was going to do that and I didn't do it. For all the ones I told some of the subscribers who have subscribed because of my hair channel that I used to do some years ago, that I was going to get that video out, and I haven't gotten it out yet. But I was sick. I was on medication for like a whole week. I had to be on medication for a week. Like I said, it's not the COVID. It wasn't the COVID. But yeah, so I'm feeling better. So continue to hang in there, continue to be encouraged, continue to hold on, and keep pushing, your day is coming. Your day will come. Your day will come. Be encouraged. God loves you. Believe it. All right. Bye for now. Bye-bye.